All right, we recording now. So Shaquila, this will be, tonight we'll go over 3 of the patterns that you will learn by looking at Oren Wright's videos. The 2 videos that I sent you, it's not going to have these patterns in there. He will be discussing mainly support and resistance, but I will show you how to trade support and resistance. And I just marked up the euro pairs. So I'll show you how to trade support and resistance based on his 2017 teachings. And what we discussed tonight builds on the 2017 teachings. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So this is a head and shoulder pattern on a 15-minute. It's perfect on the 15-minute. As you can see, Shaquila is a head and shoulders, 2 shoulders, left and right shoulder, and a head. You'll see this everywhere, every pattern, all over the chart at any time frame. He likes this, but this pattern will teach you patience. Because as you can see, this is on a 15-minute, but it still took a long time for this to form.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those patterns that teaches you a lot of patience, but it is, I don't want to say it's foolproof, but it's there. Like if you get this left shoulder, the left shoulder has to completely form before you can even isolate your pattern. Once you see this left shoulder form, you're looking for a breakout to the top or the bottom of the left shoulder. So it broke out the top. It came back 100%. Do you see? Can you follow my cursor?
Mm-hmm.
It came back 100%. That is your head. Now that it came back 100%, you're looking for price to come right back to this peak of the left shoulder. It will form your right shoulder. So as you can see on the 15-minute, price came right back to the same spot the peak was on the left shoulder, on the right shoulder. And once you see that happen, you get into the trade, or we get into the trade. So that's why in the pink, you see potential sell limit. The EP is entry price. So the entry price was 1.85914. Oren Wright likes big stop losses. So he'll do a stop loss around 50 pips, which is uncomfortable. But as you can see, this trade had no drawback. Like it didn't go into negative at all. And the take profit was 1.85603. But if you stayed in this trade, this trade went 200 pips, 210 pips. So the pattern is there. I'm gonna go to another one on the same time frame. I'm gonna do Euro CAD. The first one was Euro Odd, so Euro Aussie. The second pair is gonna be Euro CAD. As you can see, same pattern on the 15-minute. Now the thing about head and shoulders, don't look for it to be perfect. It's not gonna look exactly like a head and shoulder. Once you, let me see if I can move it out the way so you can see what it actually looks like. This is what the chart will look like. Once you look at charts enough, you will be able to see, okay, this is a right shoulder. I mean, this is a left shoulder. This is a head. This head came back 100%. This is your right shoulder. You enter the price right here, sell all the way down to here. Do you understand? Are you following me, Shaquila?
So when you sell, is it at the end? What are these called? Are they bar?
The candles?
Candles. So do you sell all the way at the end of the candle?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it back.
Okay.
And I'm going to just walk through.
Okay.
Excuse that pink. I was trying to make an example on another chart. So I needed to differentiate the color. So before I even finish the right shoulder, the left shoulder form, we're looking for price to have a higher high than this left shoulder.
Okay.
So that's where your head is.
Mm-hmm.
So once the head came all the way back 100% where my cursor is right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's called 100% retracement of price.
So it's pretty much where the point of origin was.
Yes.
On the left shoulder.
It
Okay.
is I don't want to call it the point of origin because
It's almost
it's not gonna be
starting on the
perfect.
same
That's
level.
why I'm iffy about calling it a point of origin, because it's not gonna be perfect.
Okay, but it's kind of close to being on the same starting
Yeah.
level, along the same
And that's
line.
what you're looking for.
Okay.
That's what you're looking for. You're looking for, okay, let me see where it came back 100%.
Okay.
So it came back 100% right here. So now we already knew we have our left shoulder and we have our head. So we know in order for it to be a true head and shoulders, price has to come back to the peak of the left shoulder.
Okay.
And that's exactly, that's exactly what it did right here. Came back to the peak, and you would sell all of that. Where you see right shoulder start, you would enter the trade right there, and you would take price all the way down. So that's why I said a potential sell limit, had no drawback. Entry price was 1.53780. Your take profit would have been 1.53335, but that alone went 72 pips, 73, almost 73 pips. So this is just an example. Now, the next example, still on 15-minute time frame. And I'm doing some on a 15-minute time frame because we quarantine. Like, you might want to get up early in the morning and just sit on the chart some. So a 15-minute time frame, 15-minute charts are good ways to just, okay, let me look and see what I can find. I think this is the one that Brian hate the most that I do, which is 3-finger setup. 3-finger set. Yeah, Brian, you complain about my 3-finger.
I don't hate 3 fingers. I like 3 fingers.
Yeah, but you don't like mine.
No, it's not that I don't like yours.
Yeah,
I mean,
you dislike mine.
Hold on, boom, boom. Wait a minute. Go ahead. This is righteous.
You approve?
I think so. I'm gonna let you walk through it before
walk through that.
He said he thinks so. Okay,
Well,
Keila, if you can follow my cursor.
Oh no, I see it. Okay, I see it now. Okay.
What you say to that?
Go ahead.
Shaquila.
Ma'am, I'm listening.
Thank you. If you can follow my cursor, let's pretend that from this red candle on, none of this happened.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So let me see if I can actually put a line. No, I'm not gonna do it yet because we're gonna
put a
need
box
to see
and
this.
fill it in.
Well, we're gonna need to see it. That's why I was like, okay. So just remember, from this red candle on, I'm looking at this green candle. The green candle started my analysis.
Okay.
So let's say this was late at night, early in the morning. I'm waiting for the candle to form first. So this is on a 15-minute chart. Right now, you still have 9 minutes and 15 seconds left before the candle completely forms. So I will wait for the candle to completely form before I begin my analysis.
Okay.
Now, this is more closely related to support and resistance, the way that he taught it in 2017, than how he explains it now. Even though if you understand the 2017 teachings, you will understand how he's explaining it now. But this is your higher high. You're looking for a previous high. So my previous high is where my little arrow is. So what I did was I just boxed up, put a line on the top and a line at the bottom of that candle. And all I did was waited on price. Are you following my cursor? I just waited on price to come back 100%, and it did right here.
Okay.
After it comes back 100%, just like on the head and shoulders, you're waiting for price to come back and retest this top line. So you can pretend almost that this is a left shoulder and you're waiting on a right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So price came 100%. You're looking for the retest. You got in and you take your money. On the 15-minute chart, you're not looking for 30 pips in a trade. You're looking for 10.
Okay.
So you got 11 pips actually in this trade. Now this is, to me, support and resistance. Now you could have gotten in exactly where I said at the resistance line. I said support, I'm sorry, it's actually resistance. At the resistance line, or you could have just waited for price to retest the support and taken it all the way down. Either one would have still gotten you in the trade. And he teaches both ways. So it just depends on how you're looking at the chart, how you want to trade at that time.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Just keep going.
Okay. Ask your questions.
I feel like the more, I'm a visual learner, so
Okay.
the more you keep doing it, I'll get it.
Okay. So
as far as, I do have a question. The colors of the candles, are those important?
Yes.
Okay. What does the colors represent?
Red is going into a sale. Green is just going into a buy.
Okay. So is there ever any other colors?
I know you can change the charts. I've never played with the chart. My charts always look like this. Some people got blacked out charts and all this other kind of stuff. Mine look like this because this is how I know how to trade.
Okay. All right.
I don't need no
And
confusion when it's time to make this money.
So pretty much it's either a bullish or a bearish candle, which means the candle isn't going up or it's going down.
Right.
So you're only going to choose two colors.
Okay.
So I mean, like somebody's chart is gold, black and gold, and somebody else's is red and black. And so, I mean, for Timethia here, she got green for bullish, which means it's going, the candle went up, and red for bearish, which means it went down. So.
And that's an easy way to understand bullish and bearish, Shaquila. A bear mauls you down. So red candles are going down.
And that's the time to sell.
Yeah. And a bull, horns will throw you up.
Okay.
So you're going in a buy.
Got it. Okay. I think I had seen different colors. I think that's why I asked.
Oh, and that's why I said, I know you can change these charts.
Yeah, you can
I've
change
seen them look different ways. I just don't know how.
Okay.
It's just in the settings. That's all. It's nothing.
Okay.
Say that again, Brian.
It's just in the settings.
Okay.
But I mean, it's really personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to get with the. You don't have to get with the other two people on this.
With the what?
I can't help you with that.
That's fine. And whatever the standard is fine.
Yeah, really. There you go.
The length of the candle, is that important also? How important is that?
The length of the candle is just how price is moving in that time frame. Like, can you see my cursor? This long candle. This long bearish, this long bearish candle. That means that price just moved. I'm gonna measure it. Price moved 59 pips in a matter of 15 minutes. That's a lot of pips in 15 minutes for one candle.
For one candle.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're looking for 10.
On the 15-minute time frame, you're only looking for 10. Now the next one, let me see what the next one is. I think. Nope, actually I did the next one. Actually on the 15-minute as well. Now I have two arrows because this one is just support and resistance. This is just market structure. That's why I have it up here. Market structure, support and resistance. The way that Orrin taught in 2017 is this way. This is your higher high. You're looking for your previous high. You put a line at the top and the bottom of your previous high. Price came 100%. You're only waiting on a retest of the support. Once price retests the support, You get in the sale and you take your profit. You understand?
Okay, do that one again.
Okay. Where my cursor is, this is your higher high. This is your previous high where this first arrow is. The way that he taught in 2017 is still 100% retest. You're waiting on price to move 100% within these two lines. And that's exactly what it did. Now it's almost like a loop. I wish I could draw like a U. You're waiting on price just to do this.
Okay.
Retest this support, and you're getting in the sale.
Okay.
So that is how we taught in 2017, which is the foundation of all the stuff that we use now.
Okay.
But to me, this is probably the fastest way. If you're gonna sit and look at the charts, this is the fastest way to get in a trade. This is even quicker than a head and shoulder. This is even quicker than three finger.
Okay.
This is just straight support and resistance.
I'm writing some notes.
Okay. No, I'll wait on you. Because this is the time to ask the questions. You got me, Tobias, and Brian. we all trade together, but we all look at the charts very differently. So now's the time to really ask. Shut up. Now's the time to really get your questions in, because you'll get three different perspectives.
Okay. But three different perspectives doesn't mean that anyone's right or wrong.
Right. Exactly.
That's exactly what it means.
So everybody traded today?
Yes, I did.
I did a little bit, but I'm being strong armed by the government. So
I'm 2 for 2.
Who's that, Tobias?
Yeah.
They still doing the trade marathon.
Are they?
Yeah, Kevin Serrano on right now.
Ain't no way in the world.
Well, I mean, you know, it's around the clock. Somebody, Lee Allen?
She was on it.
Oh my God. 1,000 pips in her session in like an hour and a half.
Shaquila, the one thing I will say, there are some really good educators in this company. I'm serious. I'm biased, but they some hell of a traders and trainers. One is Orrin Wright. Lee Allen is another.
Okay.
She's very, very good.
Okay.
And everybody is based on support. This is market structure. Support and resistance is what every educator is going to teach.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just market structure. This happens everybody's session. You're not going to get around market structure. Okay. I just so happen to like the way Orrin teaches because it resonated with me. But Lee Allen is also good. And she is currently, I think, living in the Caribbean with a house she paid for off of trading, son free college tuition off of trading. Like, I think she was a teacher, if I'm not mistaken. And she living the life that she really wants to live based on this skill. So,
how long she's been trading?
Maybe 3 years.
Okay.
But that's 3 years of mastering the skill and becoming an educator in the company.
Okay.
So it can be done. All right. Now I think we're gonna move to the hour.
So when you're trading, how many times you can buy and sell, I guess, in a day or in 15
as
minutes?
Much as you want to.
Okay.
You can do as much as you want to.
That account will allow.
but let me caution you, you can overtrade and give your money that you made, you can give it right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you should have
got out.
Yeah, you need to have a goal for the day. And when you hit your goal, go do something else.
Goal as in dollar amount?
As in
Goal
pip,
as in pip amount.
pips.
Amount.
Yeah,
Okay.
pip amount. Yeah. Have a
Because
pip
Shaquila,
goal.
truth be told, if you can trade and master trading at a .01 lot size, you can trade at a one. You can trade at a standard lot size.
Okay.
It is knowing how to trade.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get your confidence up, once you are sure about your analysis, then you'll be sure about, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna put 0.1 instead of .01 on this trade. I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
So that's just the difference. One of the educators that we listened to, Lasaldo Tavares, he gave a good, just a blurb. Was it Sunday, Tobias, or was it? I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
It was Sunday.
Oh, okay. He gave a really good blurb on know how many pips you want to make in a day, and know how many pips you are willing to lose in a day. And once you lose that many pips, get out the market for the day.
Okay.
Get out the market. Regroup. Look at what you did wrong. Analyze what you did wrong. Start back over the next day.
So what is an average pip for a beginner?
What Lasaldo, his 90-day basically trading plan is 50 pips a day at whatever your current lot size. So right now it's .01, so 50 pips. So if you get 50 pips on 2 trades, 3 trades, 5 trades, whenever you get 50 pips, close out the charts, go on about your day. And don't lose any more than 30 pips a day. So if you lose 30 pips in one day, get out the charts. Go do something else. So 50 pips a day, lose no more than 30 pips a day. The key is, again, with your lot size. So the first 30 days, stick with the 0.01 lot size.
Yeah.
Second month, when you get your confidence up, increase the lot size.
Okay.
He started out with a 0.25. And I'm going to tell you that 0.25 is a lot of money.
Who started out with that?
His second month, Lasaldo. So
Okay.
his first month, he did a 0.01 lot size just to make sure the strategy works.
Mm-hmm.
The second month, he did a 0.25. And when I say it's a lot of money, what frightens you is the pullback. Because when you pull back and you see it automatic, like you're used to that a couple of cents, $1 here, but then all of a sudden it pulled back and you at $50, you're like, oh, you ready to get out, but you're only down 2 pips. So when you increase that lot size, that's when the money part gets to your nerves.
Mm-hmm.
The third month, he is still the same thing, 50 pips a day, but the lot size is 0.50, a 50-cent lot size.
Mm-hmm.
It builds your nerves because you ultimately want to get to a standard lot size, a 1.0 lot size.
Okay.
That's where you want to be, but you have to build up first your account, and then most importantly, you got to build up your confidence.
Okay. So I need to add money to the Bitcoin the way that I set up the account.
For Hugo, yes. So we'll walk through that.
Okay.
Now this example, Shaquila, this is head and shoulder on the hour. You see 2 colors because one head and shoulder went right into what's called an inverted head and shoulder. So the head and shoulder pattern can be seen right side up or upside down.
Okay.
So the blue is right side up, our regular head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
On the hour time frame, you're catching more pips. Okay. So at the right shoulder, if I took this, I mean, this is 174 pips. You're only looking for 30.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
You're only looking for 30. But in the midst of seeing this head and shoulder, I could see this one. But this is called an inverted head and shoulder. And it's the same thing, except you're not selling at this point, you're buying. So when you see the peak of the right shoulder, you're buying here versus you were selling right here.
So is it a buy and sell all in one because it's inverted?
Now,
or you're still on one buy in the hour?
This is two trades. This is two different trades.
I guess that's the way I'm trying to ask it. Okay.
Yeah, okay. This is two totally different trades.
Okay.
Just in analyzing the charts, this is just what I could see.
Okay.
So if this were, I wouldn't see this before this ended.
Okay.
So once my right shoulder in the blue formed, I would have to wait a while. I have to wait a couple of hours for this head to completely come back 100% retracement. You're always looking for this 100% retracement. That's just standard.
In this, let's say this within this 2 hour frame, does that mean you're sitting at your computer waiting on it to form?
No. You're not. You've already marked it up. Like, we know what a head and shoulder pattern looks like. So we've already put this in the chart.
Okay.
And you're just waiting on price to do what you've analyzed the chart to do.
So what if you're not in at the time that it forms?
You can set alerts.
Okay, got it. Okay.
But the caveat to that is I think you can only, with a free account for TradingView, we're in TradingView.
Okay.
With a free account in TradingView, you can only set one alert at a time. Okay. But if you get a paid account, I think you can set as many alerts as you would like.
Okay.
But these are definitely two different trades, but they came right behind each other.
Okay.
That just shows you this head and shoulder formation. It happens. Like, even in this head and shoulder, these two, I still see a 3 finger. It's already formed. So, I mean, like, the things that he teaches, once your eye is trained, you're always going to see him. You're always going to see him.
What video is that you say you sent me? I'm not sure. I didn't watch that. I've been doing the boot camps and I can't keep up with everybody. It's a lot of boot camps.
It's just 2 videos from 2017. That's why I said one is called New Members.
You sent it to me?
I think Tobias sent it to you.
Okay, let me see.
I sent it to you.
In the Business Gainz or my text?
I texted to you.
Oh, let me see. I'm really serious. I can't keep up. I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot. Which way do I turn? Which way do I turn? And I got time. Well, of course, we all have time now, so that's why I'm like trying to make sure I stay on top of it. Okay, I see the new member webinar and the Orient Right Forex, Identify Heights, those two. Okay, no.
Those 2 videos, the people in there are annoying. Like, that's an understatement. They are. But the teaching is so good. It's worth being annoyed.
Okay. I've been, like I said, I've been rewatching the Academy videos.
Okay, that's actually good.
Yeah, like, that's what I've been doing.
The guy on the training this weekend said he watched the basics 16 times.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've rewinded them in the midst of watching them, so it could have been about 16 times at this point. I'm rewatching it. If I feel like I didn't get it, I'm going to rewind it or start it over. But
the good thing about this, Shaquila, is every week we talk about the same thing.
Okay.
Head and shoulder, 3 finger, support and resistance.
Okay.
This is what we talk about every week because this is what we use to get in profit.
Okay. How do I know, or how do you know when you, like, I want to give it a try. I'm not saying today, maybe by the weekend or by Monday, I feel like I want to give it a try. How do you know for sure the confidence level, like.
Oh, that comes with winning and losing trades.
Okay.
It comes with, honestly, I'll say it comes more so with losing trades, analyzing why you lost.
Okay.
And then doing it again.
Okay.
Because the people say there are no such thing as losses, there are only lessons. This is truly a true statement here.
Okay.
These are lessons. You have to learn why a trade went against you.
Okay.
Or why did a trade go against your analysis? Like, I think Basaldo went over those 2 trades that we put in that when news hit, sent the market crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like unexpected news. So although he had analyzed the charts and his analysis would have been correct had it not been for news, news still threw the trades off.
Okay. Okay. I'm not 100% there. I mean, this was good. Like, as I'm watching the videos now, like it's gonna give me that picturesque view in my mind. Okay, this is what she was talking about.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said the good thing is we talk about this every single week.
Okay. Okay. Is it just every Monday
that we do this session? Thursdays normally we just break bread however we can and talk about the trades that we lost.
Okay. Okay.
What we did in the week.
Okay.
But even then, we talk about head and shoulders, 3 finger, 25 to life.
Okay.
The next one I'm showing is actually 25 to life. 25 to life to me is a little bit more of an advanced way of analyzing your chart because now you are beginning to use accessory tools other than just understanding support and resistance. So on this one, I think this was actually the trade that I got in, the Euro JPY trade.
Today?
Huh?
Today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you weren't gonna tell nobody?
No, because I heard you and Joe was on the phone last night. I made an executive decision for me and Tobias not to call you.
Player, you weren't gonna tell nobody about your little 25 to life.
But Shaquila, this is 25 to life. 25 is just, we're utilizing a tool called Fibonacci. Fibonacci is not difficult to understand, but until you make your settings look like this, Fibonacci is going to completely confuse you.
Okay.
But the premise of this is where we are trying to figure out where price is going to do that retest. Remember, I always say price is going to retest here. It's going to retest here, then we're going to do something. That is what 25 to life and Fibonacci allows us to see. It's just another analysis tool in our arsenal to help us get into profit.
How do you spell Fibonacci?
Ooh.
I
wouldn't know spelling champ. I ain't gonna be able to
just write in your notes, Fibs.
Okay.
Fibs.
Nobody knows how to
It's
spell.
FIBBONACCI.
That didn't sound convincing.
That didn't sound right.
I'll look it up later.
Look it up. Look it up and then hit me back.
When you hear people say I put a fib on it, that's what they talking about. Fibs.
Y'all know I know. I don't say nothing unless I know what I'm talking about.
See, I got my friend right here.
A-C-C-I. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Your friend's smart like me.
Very smart. It's an Italian mathematician, known as Fibonacci of Pisa.
Mm-hmm. This is just another tool.
Okay.
Can you trade without it? Absolutely. I trade without it all the time.
Okay.
It was when I looked at the trade that was called, I could immediately see, okay, this 25 to life. That was the first thing I looked for because I'm like, okay, I don't see a true 3 finger and I definitely don't see a head and shoulders. So what did he use to call this trade? He used 25 to life.
Okay.
So
okay, one more question, real quick.
we're trying to not estimate, guesstimate where price is actually going to come back and retest. So how I've learned, and Brian can give you a more detailed example of 25 to life, but how I learned is you're taking price. I start from the top. So this is where I started. I boxed up price, and you'll hear him in those 2 videos. He harps on boxing up price, boxing up price, boxing up price, boxing up price. That's the thing you will see. Even though the teachings have evolved, his foundation is still the same. You may call it something different now, but he's been boxing up price since he learned how to trade. So understand what boxing up price is. Boxing up price means you just boxing up candles. So this is the candle that I used. So 2 to the left, and then 2 to the right. That's actually left, and then 2 to the right.
Okay, I got it.
Look, me and left and right.
Okay, I get it.
So I took fibs down. So 100 to 0. At 25%, that is where we are estimating price to retest is 25%. So 25% is 119.380. And then go back into a sale. So this is a little different than, well, no, it's actually basically the same. You just don't see a definite head and shoulder. Like in 3 finger and head and shoulder, you definitely can isolate a left shoulder versus a right shoulder. In 25 to life is not that clear.
Yeah.
But it will become clear the more you see it.
Okay.
So, but Brian, you can detail the 50%.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Look, you ain't even paying attention.
Something else.
Oh yeah, no, I was over here marking up some other stuff.
Brian over there trying to make up the money that me and Tobias ain't telling him about.
Right, exactly. I'm on my own apparently. No,
but you want to detail the 50%?
Oh, the 50%. Well, according to Oren, is normally your left shoulder. So I actually, really, the whole point of Fibonacci's is support and resistance again. Basically, you're taking a move and you're splitting it up, and you're saying, okay, if it comes here, it should bounce. If it comes here to the next level, it should bounce. If it comes here to the next level, it could bounce. So, for instance, a couple of ones I was looking at last night, it could bounce off of that 0 level even, and you can make money there. And then it could come up to the 25 and bounce off of it again, and you can make money there. Or it could come to the 25 and go a little bit past it, come to the 50 and bounce off of there, and you can make your money there. So
now, Shaquila, if you were looking at anything and it bounced off to 0, you remember I said it looks like a little U, and are you just waiting for price to come back, hit this, and go back? That's all a 0.
That's all it is. Yep.
That's all 0 is. You're just waiting on price to hit that support. Like if you see my blue lines, the bottom line is support, the top line is always resistance. So let's pretend that this 0% is support and 25% is resistance. Okay. The way that Brian just explained, sometimes price can bounce off to 0%. That is just that U.
Yeah,
you're looking for price to hit resistance.
It could break to 0 and then hit it again and then bounce off.
Yeah,
and go back down. So basically, your support became resistance.
Okay.
And I think honestly, we're gonna do a session on that. Like it's little sayings like if the ceiling becomes a floor, and the floor becomes a ceiling. We'll go through that just so you can understand. Like if something looks different, you're able to recall those little mnemonics, just like things you learn in school. It's just little mnemonics that help you with trading.
Okay.
So I think, probably our next Monday session, instead of going through the charts, we'll go through stuff like that.
Yeah.
Buy stop, sell stop, buy limit, sell limit, Tobias can go back through Lasaldo's advice on trading plans. Like, we'll go through all of that just to, kind of get you up to speed.
Okay.
I know it's a lot right now, Shaquila, because boot camp after boot camp, because we quarantine.
I was going to say, I was like, is this every day for the rest of the year?
No. It's
okay.
Because a lot of the stuff that's going on, like the run the camp, boot camp that Justin had, he had an event in San Diego. So in this industry, you got to keep everybody plugged in. So if everybody's just not doing anything, so that's why that boot camp was happening. Jason Brown and Matt Rosa, they had a big event in New York scheduled that was pushed off. So that's why they're doing their boot camp during the week. And this is a great opportunity to learn a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Especially in like what Jason Brown and Matt, they're builders. So they'll teach on things about building the business. That's very important. The trading stuff, it's going to come. So what I start doing is when we get trade ideas, I'll put them in a group and text them to you so we can get you in the demo. So you just get used to entering the trades.
Okay.
So you can see how they rock, how they run when you put them in, yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So you're getting used to entering the trade. Okay, this is the trade from levels. This is the trade from Gold Cup. And I'll tell you exactly what's going on. This is a teacup pattern. So when we get back on the charts, you can see, I see the head and shoulder. I see the teacup. So don't get stressed that you don't see the three finger, the head and shoulder and stuff right now. That comes with time. You're not going to learn this today, but you have to just get used to seeing it because, again, like I told you before, like when we first got started, like we were making money, but we didn't know why, and that's the biggest thing. And even like with the marathon that they sent out, that Dr. Kathy doing, Lee Allen, that's great. Like Brian said, 1,000 pips. That's
yeah, that's great.
That I didn't take that training.
That's great.
That's amazing. But you want to be in a position to say, okay, Lee, this is the trade she called. I know why she called that. I'm comfortable with taking that trade because if it goes wrong, you can't just be mad with Lee. You want to know if you can lose your money on your own. So you just want to get comfortable, just seeing everything. So the more you see it, the more you use the lingo, the more you all right with it. But don't no. This is not. This is just quarantine life. This is quarantine life, right?
Okay, because I was